What's up, everybody? Gerard here from the 3T crew. Welcome to our Night 1 G1 Climax 30 review. Yes, we're going to be reviewing this G1 from Night 1 all the way to the last night. I'm going to give you a quick rundown on who wins and current standings. If you want to listen to the 3T podcast, you can find us on Apple, Spotify, TuneIn Radio, Google Play, iHeartRadio, and Podbean. If you want to support us by buying a t-shirt, check out our Pro Wrestling Tee store. To stay up to date with all the pro wrestling news and wrestling memes, follow us at iStrongStyle and Through the Table. And now it's time for us to put you through the table with our G1 Climax 30 Night 1 review. Bang! So, the G1 started last night, or yesterday morning, depending on where you live. It opened up with our Young Lion match. The Young Lions are going to go through a trial of matches. Tsuchi, Uhara, and Gabriel Kidd are going through essentially a three-way tournament all the way through the end. In this first match, Yuha won. He beat Takahashi in a pretty decent match. He's my pick to win this, and I think he'll graduate from the Young Lion status after this happens. Now we break it down into our tournament, with Will Ospreay making his triumphant return to New Japan versus the Tokyo Pimp Yujiro Takahashi. Ospreay looked great for someone who hasn't wrestled much in the past couple months. He got the win, obviously. Tokyo Pimp has 0 chance of winning the G1. Will Ospreay has 2 points. The Pimp has 0. But he has a lot more than points, so he's not have to worry about that. Now we're moving into the second match of the night, which was a sleeper match for me. It was better than I thought. Jeff Cobb, who apparently has signed with New Japan full-time. He did tease he was signing with a company on Wrestle Inc. during an interview. So we'll see. I think he's signed with New Japan. Versus everyone's most hated heel in New Japan, Taichi. Taichi looked pretty good out there. Taichi has improved a lot. If you watch the New Japan Cup and you watch the New Japan regularly, he's someone who's pretty much been pushed throughout the whole thing, especially during the COVID era. He won here. Mephisto 1, 2, 3. Taichi now has 2 points. Jeff Cobb has 0. Taichi is someone who could be a sleeper semifinalist of Block A. Block A. Now they did that little cleaning thing where they cleaned the ring. They put over the announcers put over the rest of the card. They put over the merch that they have on the shop. By the way, if you want to put us over, our Pro Wrestling Tee Store sells t-shirts also. Now we're moving into the nitty gritty of the G1 Climax 30 Night 1. We came out of break with Suzuki. Yes, the Grim Reaper professional wrestler Minoru Suzuki versus the Stone Pitbull Tomohiro Ishii. Wow, they beat the tar out of each other. If you like these, or these, or these, that's what you got in this match. Match of the night by far, and I kind of figured this was going to be match of the night. Minoru Suzuki took some scary bumps on his head. He doesn't really bump a lot, so he bumped a lot for Ishii. Ishii brought it, but it's G1 Ishii. He's going to have the best tournament out of anybody by far every single year. Every single G1 season, he is the MVP. Suzuki won here, so now Suzuki's at 2, Ishii's at 0. Neither one, I don't think, have a shot to win. I think Ishii will get some big wins later on, and I think Suzuki might push semifinalists. It's going to be interesting due to him being the Never Openweight champion, who pins him and secures their Never Openweight contendership. Now we're getting into the co-main event. Jay White, the Switchblade, versus the Dragon Shingo Takagi. If you listen to our preview special, I had both of these guys as the block semifinalists, so it was pretty interesting to see them tear it up on night 1. This is the second best match of the night for me. Jay White is doing his Jay White thing, heel stuff. Shingo Takagi is a monster. He's probably the best wrestler in New Japan, arguably right now, in my opinion. The most consistent performer in New Japan. He's wrestled the most matches since 2018 or 2019 onwards. He's carrying the company on his back pretty much in the mid-card. Jay White played the best heel that he could play, but he moved a lot, and they did a whole lot of different things here. Shingo's big moves, the Pump and Bomber made in Japan, the Last of the Dragon. He had all his big finishes. Little scary bump. He took an apron bump on his lower back, and he seemed to be favoring it. That's something to watch out for later in the tournament. Due to the intensity of this tournament and the amount of times they perform, that injury is not going to get time to heal. Jay White won here. My pick to win this year. I'm not the biggest Jay White fan, but I'm being realistic with my picks. So Jay White is at 2. The Dragon, sadly, is at 0. Now we're moving into the main event. The rematch of Wrestle Kingdom's main event, Night 1 main event, pardon me. the Golden Star, Kota Ibushi, my personal favorite, versus the Rainmaker, Kazuchika Okada. This was not as good as the Wrestle Kingdom match. It felt a little lacking at parts. This is probably the fourth best match. I'm going to even say the Taichi match was better than this match. And that's saying something. Wasn't like this was a bad match. This was solid, 2.753 broken tables for me. Ibushi's great. Okada's great. I don't get the whole match was Okada trying to set up the Cobra Clutch finish he does. I don't know what he calls it. It's a garbage move. Not that it's a garbage move in general, but as a finisher and to build the entire match around it, it does not work. Ibushi's playing up the whole living up to Hiroshi Tanahashi standards, and he's trying to become the new god, so to speak, of New Japan. I love that storyline. I think that's, like I mentioned in the preview, that's going to play out into Wrestle Kingdom more. Do not see either guy winning, which is going to be a surprise to a lot of people as they're two of the biggest stars in New Japan. They're part of the four pillars of the current New Japan Pro Wrestling. I just don't think it's their block. So it was a pretty good match. Ibushi wins Kamigoye. 2 points. Kazuchika Okada, the big donut, to start off the G1 with 0. Now, I'm going to be posting the blocks in the comments below and current standings so far. Now we're going to quick block B main event tomorrow. There's going to be another video. The main event is Hiroshi Tanahashi versus the double champ Tetsuya Naito. Should be a banger. Let's hope it is. That's all for our night 1 special. Right now we have Ospreay, Taichi, Suzuki, Jay White, and Kota Ibushi all tied for block lead with 2 points apiece. By Monday, we'll have some differences of opinions here, differences of points. We'll probably have a set leader or at least 2 or 3 guys on top. That's all for now. If you want to check out the 3T podcast, like I said, Apple, Spotify, TuneIn Radio, Google Play, iHeartRadio, and Podbean. Pro Wrestling Tees, you want to buy a t-shirt, support the crew. Check us out on iStrongStyle and Through the Table, and let me know in the comments below, what was your favorite match of the night? Who do you think's winning the block, and what are your predictions for Block B also? See you later, and goodbye, and good night. Bang.